sympathize with your situation, but I just cannot be the savior. You cannot have a savior complex because as a human being, you are simply limited. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So there's a quote that says, a heart that always understands also gets tired. Is sometimes when you are a person that's always understanding of everyone's situation and you are ready to save the day, eventually get tired of doing that. And I think I shared a video about looking after yourself and filling your own cup before you fill other people's cup. I just literally don't have the capacity to go over and beyond for people anymore. Like, there's just so much happening in our world, in our personal lives, and I know for a fact that we are all adults, that we all have a comprehension of our actions. We all have a comprehension of what we need to do. You can't be in everybody's business trying to help them. Okay? You are not Jesus. Jesus came to die for us. He is our savior. People, you need to start realizing that if you are a type of person like me, when I used to do this, and sometimes I see traps of situations trying to get me to that space again, and I simply cannot be someone that is always understanding. You know, majority of my 20s, early 30s, I've always been the person that understands, and I am officially tired. Now, does it mean that I won't care? Yes, I will care. I will sympathize with your situation, but I just cannot be the savior. You cannot have a savior complex because as a human being, you are simply limited. When we have a savior complex, not only we feel robbed, we feel like our lives are not progressing because we don't even have the energy or resources to live our own lives because we're busy trying to save everybody else's life. So if I go back to, we are all human beings, we all have a comprehension, we all have common sense. People, me myself included, we are a result of our actions. Okay, there's certain actions that people don't bring you they don't bring you along the journey, right? But when there are consequences to their actions, then all of a sudden you are brought into that journey because you know what? You need to save the day. I no more. I don't care. I care, but I don't care, if you know what I mean. There is a cap to my caring. Or what's going to happen next if I don't stop doing this is I will go crazy. Okay, there's certain things that I'm just not willing to do after a certain age. Okay, and that age is fast approaching. So if you are a person who struggles with boundaries, who struggles, you are an empath, you feel sorry for people, which you should help people, but to a certain point you don't become an enabler. You can't save everybody from their situations. You can help them to a certain point. You just can't be, you can't have a savior's complex. You are not Jesus. So if you're a person who's always understanding and people know that you are always understanding everybody's situation, everything, trust me, if you don't set boundaries for yourself, you will regret it later. Okay, the sooner you do it now than later, you won't have a lot of regrets in terms of what you could have done with your time, with your resources, because of 1, 2, and 3 situation. It's time for us to really step back and realize that people are adults. People make their own decisions. people have reasoning capability. You have to go through certain points in your life where you need to hold yourself accountable. Your parents can't hold you accountable. Those around you can't always be the one that holding you accountable. You need to hold yourself accountable. And as a person who's always been enabling and understanding of situations, you need to hold yourself accountable in terms of putting a limit and saying no to certain things. You cannot carry on like this. You will run yourself empty. You will feel resentment of the person that you are helping, or the situation that you have suddenly been roped into. Really hard year for everyone in 2024. But how we make it more harder is because we don't have boundaries, and we don't manage our energy in terms of what we cannot do, right? There's certain things we can, and there's certain things we simply cannot do. We can't do everything. Okay, so I thought I should share this because this quote really kind of resonated with me, because how many times, especially between my 20s, early 30s, I was just always the person that understands. But it's crazy how I'm that person that understands. People will bring me in once they have committed whatever they've committed, and now I need to come in and save the day. And I just cannot do that. Our relationships are too precious for that situation to divide us. And I also don't want to harbor any resentment in myself because of feeling like something is being taken away from me, and I just don't seem to have control over everything in my life because everybody just wants. You need to set up boundaries. Okay, you're not a terrible person. You're not a weird person. It's just that you're a person who still wants to show up, who still wants to live, have the right experiences in their lives, and not feel bad for doing so. Okay, so if you struggle with always being a person that understands, the person who's always saving the day, the person who's always going above and beyond, and by the time you go and sleep, you are like, what is going on with my life, right? If you feel like that is what is happening in your life right now, you need to do an introspection and realize that you are the main person in your life. You also have desires, you also have responsibilities, you also have aspirations. This way of living is not normal. Okay, way of living of always saving everybody is not normal. Okay, people are adults. Okay, obviously if you have children, you are accountable for taking care of those children, and up until a certain point that they can take care of themselves and they become adults and they are educated to take care of themselves, that is where you stop, and that's where they start that journey. But a fully fledged adult, you are not accountable for, or you have a partner, you're married, you have kids. That is what you and your partner have chosen to do, to take care of each other, right? And that is admirable. That is what is actually is required from us at that particular stage and season of life. But baby girl, if it's just you are trying to live your life the best way you can, have the right experiences, you have no responsibilities, you cannot take on that role when it's not even the role that you are in, like literally in. Okay, so anyway, I hope I was clear and I hope I wasn't too harsh, but it's high time. I was reading an article about this other lady, very popular, and they were asking her, how does she remain so calm and young, and how at her age she still looks like she's in her 20s. And she said that she minds her own business. And the Bible also tells us it will do you well to mind your own business. You cannot be in everybody's business. You are going to go crazy. Have an awesome day, guys. Bye.